Hello, how are we doing? Welcome to Halloween edition of Chopping It Up with Father. How are we doing on this lovely day? Welcome. Let's see who's here. We have a special scary dish for everyone today. Is everyone ready for today? My name is Benjamin, aka Cooking with Father Preneur. Today is the Halloween edition. Hey Marie, how you doing? Today is the Halloween edition of Chopping It Up with Father. How are we doing today? Say it in the chat where you're from. I see you. Oh, good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that I look cool. So if you saw my post, we hit the goal. My goal was to get enough votes so that I could actually cook with you. So welcome everyone. Today, Halloween edition. What we're cooking today: Sinister Stew, Cursed Midnight Rice, garnished with ant shavings, aka coq au vin, forbidden black rice, fermented black garlic. Also gonna be making hibiscus hex. Now, here's the one thing. I think I look pretty cool. I look very festive. Hey, Chris, how are you? The challenge there is this wig, the hairs keep falling out. So unfortunately, I'm not really able to wear it the whole time I'm cooking because what's going to happen? I'm gonna have hair particles falling into my food. So I am going to have to take this wig off in a few moments. But hey, OG Queen, how are you? Welcome. So welcome to FoodTok TV. So once again, what we're making today: Sinister Stew, Cursed Midnight Rice, garnished with ant shavings, which is AKA coq au vin, forbidden black rice, fermented black garlic. And I'll be making a hibiscus hex cocktail. So who is going to be dressing up this evening? If you're going to be dressed up this evening, give me a thumbs up, please. If you're dressing up this evening, give me a thumbs up. So we're going to start off right now with chopping some bacon. Okay. Today I'm not trying to wash my hands too much. And so I'm going to be working on doing a couple things. Who is going to be dressing up today? What I'm doing with my bacon, I'm going to be doing something called lardon cuts. I always do that when I'm cooking with certain dishes. Pretty much all I'm doing, I'm cutting certain strips of bacon, just little strips. Hopefully everyone's having an amazing day. Who's dressing up today? Don't be shy. And what are you dressing up as? Let me know in the chat. So this is called lardon. I'm gonna start cooking this in my pot because I need to get that nice and crispy. We have a lot of things we need to do today. It's a dish that requires a lot of stewing. So hopefully everyone's having a beautiful day. What's up, Liliana, aka Mariposa? How you doing? So perfect, everyone. What do you guys think of my costume? Did I do okay? What is it? Did I understand? Did I understood the assignment? Okay. So I have bacon right now searing in this pot. I need to start working on searing some chicken. So here's the one thing about my chicken. So has anyone ever had coq au vin? Let me know if you've had coq au vin. Actually, I need to take this off. I can't see with that. Who's had coq au vin before? If anyone's ever had coq au vin before, let me know in the chat. Give me a thumbs up if you've had coq au vin. If you've had coq au vin before, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you've had coq au vin. I would appreciate knowing. Because my chicken, if you look at it, it's a little scary. I don't know if you're going to be able to see on your side. Can you see it's kind of purple? Can you see that it's kind of purplish or no? Can you tell that it's purple here? And let me maybe show you what it looks like compared to another chicken. So here's regular chicken. Can you see the purplish color or no? So it looks like a heart. Okay, oh, that's kind of like that. So the reason it's purple. Coq au vin traditionally is chicken that has been marinated in wine, red wine. It's gonna be cooked in wine. So this chicken was marinated last night in red Pinot Noir with thyme, garlic cloves, salt, and pepper. Right now, I need to work on seasoning this, okay? Or searing it, I should say. So here, let's start working on that. Give me one moment. We're gonna bring you right here so you can see the searing action. Perfect. I need to sear all these chicken. These are chicken thighs. These are bone in. So I want to make sure I sear all of this. And let me take my glove off. And let me turn the light on so you can get a better view. How about that? If you can see that, can you let me know if that's a good view for you guys? Can you see the chicken searing? I'd like to know. Let me know if you can see you can see the chicken searing. Yes, okay, perfect. So the chicken has a purple hue to it because the fact that it was marinated in red wine. Okay, that was done on purpose. That's part of the dish itself. It's called coq au vin. Who in here has had coq au vin before? Excuse me while I'm just cleaning up a little bit. Has anyone here ever had coq au vin? Let me know. And I see that we're at 2.9, 2.6 likes. Let's see if we get to 5K. What do you say? No, okay. Coq au vin pretty much is a dish. It's a French dish. It's simply chicken. Technically, the translation name is rooster cooking wine. So that's what we're doing in here. And in this pot, I am cooking bacon. Because it's a bigger pot, you really can't see the bacon itself. But in this chicken, we're going to sear it. But I can let you see the bacon right here, if you don't mind. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. So here, there's bacon being cooked. I am going to be cooking this down. My goal is to get it somewhat crispy. This will be part of the dish itself. Who in here loves bacon? If you love bacon, give me an emoji of bacon if you like bacon. And if you're new to this channel, you're tuning into FoodTokTV. So I did. I'll show you in a little bit. If you're tuning into FoodTokTV, the longest running cookie show on FoodTok. I just want to let you know I appreciate you being here. My name is Benjamin, aka Cooking with Father Preneur. Today the show is Chopping with Father. So I appreciate you all being here. It is the Halloween edition. Who's dressing up tonight? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Rosie. Who's dressing up tonight? Let's see if we can get to 5K in taps. What do you guys say? So for anyone who wanted to know if I dressed up, here's what I wore. I had my eyes all like beat up a little bit. I have some eyebrows. But yeah, I dressed up a little bit. So I need to work on doing some shallots. Who in here likes shallots? Anyone here like shallots? Pretty much it's a mild onion. Sweeter, I feel. Is everyone familiar with shallots? I also have a sciencey costume. Oh, do you? Cool. Tapping and clapping. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm here. Trini. Okay, perfect. Trini, do you know how to request up? I had a late night live. That's why your eye. Yes, I did. I actually did go late. Yeah, I went live last night late. I didn't get that much sleep. You can tell, huh? Okay, where's my trash bowls? Oh, here. Trini, do you know how to request up? If not, I can bring you up. Oh, there you are. Can you hear me? How's it going?
Good.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for being here. Everyone, this is Trini. She's our newest content creator for FoodTokTV. Her first show is going to be next week.
Yeah,
Now,
November 7th.
I need to take this off because what's happening, I don't want the pieces of this wig to fall off because earlier it was falling off. I don't want white hair in my food. You know what I mean? So sorry. I can't. For food safety purposes, I can't keep that on.
No, that makes sense.
But yeah, so you can still see my eyebrows and all that. Perfect. So now I'm working right now, cutting out some shallots. I need shallots for this dish. I need onions and shallots and garlic, and then also mushrooms. So the dish is called coq au vin. I asked the chat earlier who has had coq au vin before. I didn't get a chance to see if they responded, but ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, if you don't mind responding, letting me know if you've had coq au vin before. If you've had it before, if you're familiar with it, can you say it in the chat, please? Say yes or no. Trina, you excited about starting?
I am. I'm so excited. Most people are saying no, they have not had it.
Okay, good. So I picked this dish because I kind of figured it has nothing to do with Halloween, but I made it kind of fit Halloween because it's dark. It's a dark color. It's not like bright. You know, the chicken was marinated in wine, so it gave it a purple color. So I'm kind of like playing off that darkness, and I figured that's what I would do. So all I'm doing is I keep checking out my bacon and keep checking on my chicken. It's a delicious wine. It's a delicious chicken dish that's just cooked in wine and marinated with wine. So, and the thing is, for someone who says I don't like wine, it's different. It's not like you're literally drinking wine. When you cook with wine, the taste completely changes. It enhances the dish,
Yeah,
especially
it
when you
gives it
add
great flavor.
yeah, especially when you have aromatics such as like shallots, garlics, herbs, and protein. So it's amazing. So
Yes.
I appreciate it. Okay,
Happy.
so hopefully everyone's having a good day. Trini, where's your costume?
No costume.
No, that's fine. I know. Wasn't a requirement. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you sharing. Okay, so what I also need to do is I need to start working on cooking some forbidden black rice. So in this pot, I'm gonna put 1.5 cups of water. I'm also gonna put some salt.
Welcome in,
And
Karen. Karen is new to the channel, and she's
awesome,
from
Karen.
Biloxi.
Awesome. Put some pepper. I'm actually gonna hit a little bit of olive oil. Then I'm gonna actually add my forbidden black rice, which I am calling midnight. I'm calling cursed midnight rice. This is literally black rice. And I'm
Thank
gonna
you for
add it to my
joining,
pot.
Melissa.
Turn up the heat. Wait for it to start coming to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I will put the lid on and simmer for 40 minutes. And I need to finish doing my shallots. Who's
Okay.
first time? Sorry, who's first time here? If it's your first time in this live today, can you let me know it's your first time?
So Taylor's asking me to explain my show.
Okay, please go ahead.
My show will be on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central on the FoodTok TV channel. It's called Spoonful of Simple, and I basically take everyday pantry items and I make really good, simple meals that any stage of cooking you can follow. And that's pretty much what I do. I post every day on my own channel. I go live on Sundays. And so that's pretty much me in a tea. But we've got a lot of first timers here today.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
We've got Pam. Pam says she's a first timer. Pam, we know you're not a first timer.
I don't think Pam's a first timer. Who in here likes mushrooms? Does anyone like mushrooms? If you like mushrooms, let me know.
I love mushrooms.
Oh, perfect. Good.
I love them sauteed on my steak.
Oh, yes. That is correct. So I have, okay, perfect. I have people saying they love mushrooms. Awesome. So I'm just cutting these into like little quarters. So I'm going to slice it in the middle one way and I slice it the other way. And that's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to put them into my prep bowl that is a candy corn. I figured that'd be festive, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Then I have my
Melissa loves fungus.
my midnight carrots. They're purple carrots. It makes it a little bit orange. Anyone ever seen a purple carrot before?
I have, but I've never cooked with them. Do they have a sweeter taste?
They're kind of more of a little more bitter, but not in a bad way. I mean, I like them. I love carrots. I think carrots in general have a bitterness. You ever had parsnip?
I have.
It's very similar to like a parsnip taste, but not as strong. Yeah, that's what I would say.
We've got mix. Some people have, some people haven't. Good mix in the crowd of people that haven't seen them.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. Oh, my skeleton fell. Uh-oh. A little skeleton fell in my pocket. So one of my kids put that in my pocket. So perfect. Here's some carrots now. And now I can put those in my other bowl. Well, this dish has a little bit of prepping to do. So, and here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna check our chicken. Okay. I'm gonna just check one of them to see how the one side is looking. So I want it nice crispy skin. It still needs a little more time. It's sticking to the pan. So when it sticks to the pan, what it's telling me to leave it alone. It hasn't developed a crust yet. So it's saying, leave it alone, Ben. Don't mess with it. If I touch it, I'm going to ruin the dish. Sometimes food tells you that. And you just got to be able to look at it and listen to food. If it's sticky, It's saying it's not ready to be flipped over. It will naturally build its own crust. So now my rice right here is starting to boil. You can't really see it right now, or maybe you could. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it down to a low heat. And I'm going to put a lid on. And all I'm going to do is set it for 40 minutes. I live off of timers. If I don't use a timer, I am lost. So understand that. Garlic. Who likes garlic?
Thank you for the roses.
Oh, thank you. Who likes garlic? This dish requires a lot of garlic. So, like Dracula, you don't have to worry about Dracula getting with you today. So, and yes, I'm a big component on fresh garlic. If you use jar garlic, trust me, I don't. It's okay. I just all I would ask you to challenge yourself is that if you use jar garlic, ask yourself why. I'm being told the most common reason is that it's quick, it's easy.
Convenient.
It's convenient. It could take you an extra 2 minutes. If you have an extra 2 minutes to do some garlic, here's an example. Here's how quick it can be. Smash it. Smash it. Smash it. Smash it. Okay. Perfect. Peel. Comes off. Now somebody might be saying, well, you know what? I don't want to do that with a knife. I'm going to cut myself. What you can do, you can get a can and smash it with a can. Any can you have in your pantry, the same thing will happen. And then there you go. Then now you can go back and chop it up. But the fact that you already smashed it, you've already bruised the garlic, so now it's easier to chop.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So if I wanted to throw out that garlic and not use it again, could I take what you're doing, put it in a jar and put it in olive oil and preserve it so it's quick and easy and I only have to do one time prepping it?
You could, but understand that when you put olive oil in the fridge, it's gonna get thick. So you're gonna have to take it out of your fridge, like maybe 20 minutes before you use it. But look, okay. So that's how long it took me to do that. So that's the question now. I understand for some people they're not as quick as me. It takes time to get this quick. I understand that. But if you practice enough, you will get better at it. But I would just challenge yourself the next time you have a little bit of time to try it. That's all I would say. If you're able to, that'd be great. If not, I understand. So now here's one thing. I need garlic paste. So a lot of times people buy a garlic press. And what I try to teach people is that you don't need all these gadgets and tools in order to do stuff. With a knife in my hands, I can create garlic paste. Let me show you. Just by putting a little kosher salt on it, it helps bind it together. I smash it. This requires garlic paste. So
now not only am I having to step, sort of speak, into Taylor's shoes, now I have to go on after you do your show. I feel like
there you go. So that is there's your garlic paste, okay? Don't worry, every show's different. Every show's going to be different. They're all fun. They're all different.
I'm teasing you because you have an amazing show and you show us great tips.
Okay, well, thank you. And then now, getting my sinks ready. Is something I always do is my pot right here with bacon. You can't really see it too much, but it's getting nice and crispy.
Oh yeah, it looks good.
I don't want all of this fat. I'm actually going to pour it into my chicken because there's a lot of fat in here. I'm holding back the bacon, so I'm going to just add the fat to my chicken. So it's going to be, I'm going to add to my purple chicken. Perfect. Now I have them there. Now I'm going to add my shallots and let those cook down for a little bit. But I'm also going to add my carrots. I'm going to let those cook down for a little bit.
So you put your carrots right in with the bacon. Okay.
Yep. For this dish, for this dish, this is what I'm doing. Then I'm going to check the chicken now because we checked it earlier. I need to see if the crust released. Almost there. Not done yet.
And you're right. I can see that it's lifting much easier now.
Sorry. Yeah, it's almost there. Still needs a little more time. It's fine. We're going to get there. Now, most important step in the kitchen is while you are in the kitchen, clean as you go. Makes your life a little easier. I put a bowl underneath my counter. I just swipe my trash in today, so I don't have to worry about cleaning up later. Some people say I'm a genius. I say I'm lazy. I'll let you determine what you want to decide. Because
I do the same thing. That's a great tip.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Then
Guys,
next
if you're
is
just joining us, this is FoodTok TV. We have creators that go live every day of the week, some days twice a week. This is a great network. We bring a big diversity of what we cook and what we bring to the kitchen. I am their newest member. My name is Trini. I will be going live on FoodTok on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Right now, you're watching Father Preneur. And he's making us an amazing dish today. He's making Hibiscus Hex.
So I can't go into labeling, but because it was Halloween themed, this is a certain wine that has a Halloween name. If anyone likes wine, you probably can guess what this is. If anyone knows what wine this is, can you put it in the chat if you know what wine this is? So, does anyone know? Hi, Justin. Does anyone know how to open a bottle of wine with a wine key? Because here's the thing, when you're in the restaurant business, like I was for many years, you're not allowed to use those I call them rabbit ears. You have to learn how to use a wine key. So.
What is it, just twist?
Yeah. Hey, tattoos and food. How you doing? All you do is, okay, see the bottle? It has a little lip on there. Hey, thank you, Justin. I'm gonna push my thumb and just go around the bottle. Okay. Then all I'm gonna do is go underneath there, go underneath where I sliced. That pops off. Perfect. Then I'm going to grab this like a pencil. We'll put it on the second ridge of this wine cork, push it straight down, and just turn. And this is what you have to do. Leave it right there. I'm going to stir my vegetables and bacon. So here's the thing, with a wine key, you want a two-pronged wine key. This is one prong, this is two-pronged. Here's the reason why. Okay? One prong. With one of my hands, I'm like choking it, and I'm gonna just slowly pull it up. If I were to try to pull up on this one prong, this wine cork would break. Put it on the second prong now. Hold it again, choke it, slowly pull it up, lean it out. Okay, just like any good person who cooks with wine, you should always taste the wine. The reason why you're at a restaurant, when you see people do this, they pour a little bit, and they give it to the person who ordered the wine. It's to make sure it's not cork. Cork is a situation that happens to wine where cork is part of a tree. There's a fungus that can grow on it. So the goal is to make sure that the product is not ruined. So.
Thank you for all the pumpkins, Babs, Justin. Oh my goodness.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. So look at this dish. It's already getting very dark. It's really cool. It's already getting very dark. I like that. There's the carrots. There's color being built. Like I said, this dish is going to be a dark dish. Can you let me know what time I'm on?
It is 12:23.
12:23. Okay, perfect. Okay. I'm going to flip this now. Okay, just give me one moment.
Justin, oh my goodness, he sent you over 250 pumpkins so far and still counting.
Justin, thank you, man. I appreciate you. You're awesome, dude. Yeah, Justin's he's an overall good, for everyone's good people, but Justin's a big supporter, and I appreciate you, Justin.
Yes.
Okay, next is, I am going to add.
Thank you for the ghost.
I'm going to add my garlic paste to the dish. Okay, here we go. And we're going to see how this works for a little bit so you can see that. I don't know if you can see really well, but let me see if I can give you a little more light. And hopefully that lets you see a little bit better. Does that? Okay. Now it's getting nice, dark, and purple, which I want. That's the perfect color I want. Now, the reason I add the garlic later.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Taylor. Go ahead. You can go ahead and read that if you don't mind, Trini.
Yeah. So his Halloween Sinister Stew that he's making today, it is on FoodTokTV.com. You can go there. You can see all the creators. You can see the shows. You can see like today's recipes. And they always show pictures and the recipes that sometimes they get it up before the creator goes on, sometimes right after. But you definitely want to check out foodtv.com or
Thank you.
FoodTokTV.com. Sorry.
Thank you for hitting the goal. I appreciate it. Thank you,
That's
Justin.
awesome,
and everyone.
guys. Thank
everyone,
you.
Everyone who contributed to that, I appreciate all you. Give me 1 second.
But I don't know if you heard me, but it's FoodTokTV.com. And you can see the list of all the creators, the show times, recipes. We also want to make sure, guys, if you have not voted for Grub Match, we need to vote for Grub Match.
Yes, Grub Match. I was on it this past Saturday. Me and my good friend JDP were on it. Secret ingredient was peppers. You know, it was a very fun day. We were both able to do amazing jobs, I believe.
Great show.
Yeah, so it was really good. And of course, if you know JDP, he's a good friend of mine. He's the only person that's ever gotten me to dance twice on live TikTok.
On TV or on live?
He's the only person. He's the only one I dance for. Like that gets me to dance. So he's a good guy, good personality.
Yeah,
really appreciate you voting.
Pin that. Oh, I can't. I'm not a moderator. Pin that.
So this is what the dish looks like right now. As you can see, it's kind of darkish color. The carrots, the purple carrots do like bleed that purple color, so it adds to that dark, deep, rich color that I'm looking for. And then when I add the wine, it's just going to intensify more. And then I'm going to add tomato paste in a little bit, and everything's just going to get better and better and better. So here's some tomato paste that gets darker.
Chris, if you want to see that Grub Match, you guys, the Grub Match is posted. You go to YouTube and look up Grub Match TV. You'll be able to pull it up, and you can watch Father Preneur doing his little dance.
Oh yeah. Well, here I'll show you right now. It's just this. It's just a robot. It's just a sprinkler. Those are my two good moves.
Well, that's our generation. I'm the same way.
Yeah. My two good moves. So what's happening in the bottom of this pan, there's a little darkness happening on the bottom. You want that. It's not burnt. That's actually flavor that's being built. And I'm going to be deglazing that in a little bit. And that's just going to get better and better. It's going to enhance the flavor of the dish itself. So here's what I do. I add wine. Let it reduce. And I'm using Pinot Noir. This is traditionally a dish that gets Pinot Noir. And I'm going to let that reduce. I'm actually going to add a little more wine. And I'm going to turn up the heat so it can reduce pretty quick. How much time are we on right now?
Nice.
What's time? Look at this piece of that color, that dark color now.
Yeah, now it's going to get real thick like a syrup, right? The more it reduces?
It will, but then I also have a trick to make it, because this is a stew. I'm going to show you how I can make this really thick in a short time in a little bit. I'm not there yet, but I need this to reduce for a little bit. I need this to reduce, and then we'll get there in a few moments. But let me see. While that's happening, here's what I'm going to do. I'm adding a bay leaf, a bouquet garni, which is just herbs wrapped in a little string. The reason I do this is it's easy to pull out. So I'm going to put it right there. So when I want to pull it out, I don't have to go hunting for each stem, you know what I mean?
Smart.
So that's called a bouquet garni, and just do that. Look at it right there, just hanging out on the little handle right there, so it doesn't get lost. And keeping it simple. And keep going like this. Now, if you ever see me cook, you will see I have a bunch of tasting spoons. Now, in the restaurant business, they don't have coffee cups, but you have in kitchens, they have a container, a bunch of tasting spoons. You always taste as you go to make sure to see what it tastes like. So the wine still needs plenty of time to cook, but I need to season. So some salt. Then I'm gonna hit it with some pepper. And how much time's left until the 1 hour mark?
You got 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Oh, that's perfect. Plenty of time. Okay. Wine is reducing. Awesome. And next is just waiting for this to keep reducing. Who likes wine in here?
People are loving your tips.
Oh, good. Thank you. Who in here likes wine? you don't mind telling me, do you like wine? Because when the recipe says reduce the wine by half, it's not saying to like reduce the wine by half. It's saying to cook the wine and let it reduce by half. Now you can do both if you want, but understand that the dish does require it to be reduced. So what happens is when you're cooking the alcohol out and it's getting thicker, like Trini said, and it's going to get very amazing, very flavorful. And I still have my chicken right here cooking. So if you didn't see earlier, this is why I had to wait to flip it, because of the color of the chicken. If you can see now, like the skin is nice and crispy on certain parts. That's what I was looking for. I needed, if I would have flipped it too early, it would have not came out that way. And so that's, you gotta be patient with your meat and your proteins, okay, people? And, ooh, my string fell off. So sometimes that happens. But we're gonna still just put it right here. Okay, it has reduced enough. Now I'm gonna add chicken stock. Chicken stock that I make myself. Awesome. There we go. If you see my lives, I'm always showing you how to make chicken stock and chicken broth. And look at that dark, deep color now. It's really rich, really reddish purple. And it's just gonna get better and better over time. And the way I am gonna thicken this up, some of you are gonna be like, what? Here's what you do. You grab a strainer. If you see my cooking, I'm always using strainers. Strainers I love. It's called a chinois. It's a fancy name, but it's a strainer. I'm actually adding flour. Now this dish is not being
not a slurry or anything.
No, look at, because it's so early. Because it's so early, what's going to happen is I am mixing the flour into the liquid, and then over the next 20 minutes, it's going to cook the flour out completely, and it will thicken up automatically. This is an old school restaurant trick, especially when you don't have a lot of time. You could make a roux. Now there's a reason I can't just add flour into this. I have to use this. This holds it back. This holds the lumps back. But if you're ever in the kitchen, this is an old school kitchen hack. Teach a little trick. It's holding back.
That's an awesome tip.
So that's the whole point. If you're not aware of my history, I was in the food and beverage business for over 20 years, director of food and beverage. And I'm not a chef, but being a director of food and beverage, you kind of got to be aware of everything, every aspect of the kitchen, of service, bartending, everything. So you kind of got to know a thing or two, especially if you're going to tell the chef that he or she is wrong. Chefs are very, they know a lot, so you want to be careful. So here's the next step, people. Now we add the chicken in. Let the chicken cook in the liquid. Perfect.
Nice. That's beautiful color.
Yeah. Okay, do that. Okay. There we go. And as always, clean as I go. So excuse me one moment. I'm gonna move you over here because there's nothing too exciting right now happening since everything is covered. But my rice is still cooking. I got about 20 minutes left of the rice. And that is forbidden. Who here has had black rice? It's called forbidden black rice. Who's had forbidden black rice before? Thank you, Justin. Has anyone ever had forbidden black rice? Anyone? No,
I never have. No, most people are saying no.
Okay, so here's the thing. Forbidden black rice. The reason why it's called forbidden. Now, that is not the Halloween name. The name I gave it was cursed midnight rice. But the true name is called forbidden black rice. The reason why, it dates back to over 2,000 years ago. It's from Asia. The emperor forbidden everyone to have it except for the royal family. So it was something that was only cultivated for the royals. Now it's no longer like that, but that's where the name came from, where only the emperor and the family could have forbidden black rice. It is a more nutrient rice. It's a thicker grain. It's very nutty. It's delicious. It has a different texture. So yeah, it's an amazing rice. And then what you do when you're cooking like this, make sure you take a moment to pour yourself something. Now, if you're not aware how to pour wine, it's not complicated. These wine bottles have divots. Some of them are deeper, some of them are not. This is not a deep one. Well, actually, let me give you a little tip. The way you can tell if the wine is more of an expensive bottle and also higher quality is the divot. So if you see how my thumb, you can still see my thumb. Let me show you an example of a different wine where you really can't probably see my thumb that much. If I can find one, I have one over here somewhere. Sorry, I have a collection of.
If you are here for the first time, this is FoodTok TV. We have creators that go live every day, Monday through Sunday, sometimes twice a day. And it's a very big, diverse group of people. We all bring something different to the table. And you're watching Father Preneur.
Thank you. So this one's more deeper. You can see my thumb less. This one you can see my thumb more. So that's just a sign of that's to tell you to. So when you get a gift this Christmas, the first thing you do is put your thumb underneath the bottle, okay?
Then you know if it's cheap or not.
Yeah, pretty much. But now here's the thing. It doesn't mean that it's not bad. It just means price-wise, the bottle's more expensive. There could be a lot. The thing with wine, I got to stir this before to make sure the bottom doesn't burn. So every now and then you're going to stir this dish. The point with wine is everyone's palate's different. So what I like and you like can be two different things completely. So don't worry. And there's nothing wrong with that. Here, let me show you what the color looks like right now, because it is a beautiful color. If you could see that right now. It's really dark, purplish, reddish. Are you able to see that?
Yeah.
So it's like its own cauldron, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So what I'm calling it is the Sinister Stew. That's what I'm calling it. Because it's dark. So I was trying to think about what to cook for Halloween, right? And I always like to do research. I like to get inspired by other people and other recipes. Everything I found was kind of like mummy dogs, things that are generated towards kids, and which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I was like, you know what? I want to cook a meal that's not necessarily towards the kids. I want to make it more of an adult fun type of experience. So I came up with this dish. The dish is not Halloween themed. I just kind of created it to be Halloween because of the way it looks. I figured it would go well with the theme of Halloween.
Absolutely.
Because of how dark it is. But yeah, actually I didn't taste the wine. Oh, thank you AC925 for following us. We appreciate it. And how much time's left?
It's 12:38, so you have about 22 minutes.
Oh, okay, awesome. So the one good thing about this dish, it's a stew dish. So right now, we're just kind of waiting for it to cook, do its own thing. I am going to start working on a cocktail in a few moments. And that cocktail is going to be the Hibiscus Hex. So I'll show you how I make that. And it's pretty cool. I kind of created it last night. I was just messing around with a couple of things. I use blood orange. I use hibiscus. I also dehydrated some blood orange. So has anyone ever had dehydrated citrus before?
No.
So it's a great garnish. It looks really cool. But so as you see right here, this is blood orange, how it has the red marks. Here's a fresh blood orange. So
do you have a dehydrator or do you do it in your oven?
So a good question. I have an air fryer that has a dehydrating option, and I just use that option. So my here, let me show you. My air fryer looks a little different than other people's.
Now I need to go look at
Here's my air fryer. It's like a little oven.
Yeah.
And it has multiple options and multiple settings. So dehydrating is one of the options I have. So that's what I do. Let me work on stirring this real quick so I'll let you see what I'm doing.
Now, all the recipes from today, guys, if you didn't hear me say it earlier, is going to be on FoodTokTV.com. You can find all the recipes that Father Preneur is making today.
Yes.
Including his cocktail.
Yes. So you see that dark color, it's purplish, it's red, it's delicious. Now it's time to taste it. Give me one moment. Gotta grab your tasting spoon. It's getting rich in flavor. Still needs more time. I can, right now, by tasting it, I feel it needs more salt, but I'm not going to add the salt. The reason why, my apron's falling off. I'm not going to add the salt because it's going to reduce, and when liquid reduces, the salt gets a little more intensified. So I don't want to add salt this very moment. I would rather wait until I am completely satisfied with the dish when it's reduced all the way. Then I would taste it to see if I need to add more salt, because if I add it right now, it might be too salty. Because you understand the bacon in there also adds salt too.
Correct.
So
also does it smell really good in your house?
It smells amazing. So if anyone's ever cooked with wine before,
it does.
The smell of wine when it's cooked is just amazing, especially when it's stewed for so long. I love that smell. Okay, for instance, there's people who may say, I don't like wine at all. My kids eat stuff like this. The wine taste is cooked out of it. The alcohol is cooked out of it.
Yep.
Wine is a food, and it changes when you cook it. So just understand that it's a lot different. It's not like you're just literally grabbing a glass and drinking a glass of wine. It's a lot different.
Correct. But that's a great tip about when your sauce reduces that salt flavor will intensify. That is an awesome tip.
Yeah, and I think that's what happens sometimes with people with seasoning. They get scared of seasoning. If anyone's ever questioned why is it that their dish is maybe not as flavorful, or as, I don't know, maybe, yeah, I guess flavorful would be the right way, or it doesn't taste as good as a restaurant. If you say that, there's two reasons: salt and butter. Restaurants add more salt and they add more butter. Yep. And I don't mean it's adding. I'm not saying you're over salting. You're learning how to season properly. So if you noticed earlier, I was seasoning the vegetables, just the vegetables, because I want them to taste good. So the way seasoning works in the kitchen, I consider it like an orchestra. You want everyone to do their part. A violin by themselves is amazing. Cello by themselves is amazing. The bass by itself is amazing. But if you take care of them all properly and put them together, it makes beautiful music together.
Great analogy.
That's what you're doing in the kitchen. And I am going to stir this again. So with this dish, yes, you're going to stir consistently because it's being cooked into on top of a stovetop. Everything will want to caramelize on the bottom, and you don't want that to burn on the bottom. Trust me, it's not a good.
Especially with something like wine that has a little bit of sugar in it. If it's a sweeter wine, especially, you don't want that to caramelize on the bottom.
That is completely correct. I had to take my apron off. My apron just kept falling off. So, yeah, hopefully I don't get too dirty. And I mean, I was like, I'm wearing all like white, and we'll see how good of a clean of a cook I can be. Because normally I'm always making a mess. How much time's left? What dish? Okay, Kim, what dish am I making? I am making a sinister stew with cursed midnight rice, garnished with ant shavings. Okay, now the real dish I'm making, that's the Halloween name. The dish I'm making is called coq au vin, forbidden black rice, and fermented black garlic. And I'm making a hibiscus cocktail. So we can start kind of slowly working on the cocktail.
17 minutes, chef. I said chef. Father Preneur.
That's fine, don't worry. I'm used to being called that, so don't worry. It's not an insult. You're not insulting me at all. Okay.
Okay.
Have some ice in here. Let me get my things that I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need some hibiscus liquor. So what I did with this, I do a lot of infusions with my liquor, and all I do is I grab liquor, I grab fruit, and or other things I want to let it infuse with, and I just test it out. So if you see, this is a really rich purple color. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see on the screen, but it's really purplish. If you ever dealt with hibiscus, like it's already staying in my hand right there. If you ever dealt with hibiscus, it's a very tart flower. Smells great, tastes great. It does need sweetness to offset it. It's just because it can be too tart. But what I did is I took vodka and I stuffed it with a bunch of hibiscus flowers. And while I'm talking, I'm going to stir the dish again, make sure it's good. And I just let it infused for about a good week. Then I took the flowers out of it, and now I use this as a drink every now and then. And today I'm making the Hibiscus Hex that I'm gonna be using.
You let them steep for about a week, you said?
Yeah, like
wow.
a week. So
I didn't know that.
I have a lot of interesting things here. I can't quite show you all of them right now. I don't even know where they're at. Oh, I have right here. I have like right here. This is Blanco tequila and grapefruit, grapefruit pulp and grapefruit rind.
Wow.
So that's infused with grapefruit, and yeah, you can do a lot of things.
Are those limes over there?
Actually, those are eyeballs.
Oh.
Yeah. Here's what the little decorations that my family was able to make for me. I'm not a decorative person, so
Aww.
that's what they were able to do.
That's really cool. I thought they were limes.
Yeah, no, they're just eyeballs, but they use some of my potions because I'm a mad scientist. This is strawberry tequila. I took tequila and infused it with strawberries.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I do a lot of interesting things and testing out. So trust me, I've had some horror stories. Don't get me wrong. Some things didn't come out the way I thought they would. Okay, let's do another taste right now. So notice how much times I'm tasting this. I'm constantly making sure
your seasoning's on.
Yeah, how rich it is. Because if it was too salty, what I can do is add more chicken broth. So then I would offset it with adding more chicken broth. Okay,
Jenna wants to know, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
You know what? I don't really eat. I'm not a sweet person in general, but for some reason I love dots.
Hey, Marianne. Dots? I would not picture you as dots.
I love dots. So I hoard all the dots every Christmas, every Halloween. Every Halloween I'm hoarding the dots.
Dude, funny. That's like the most simple one of them all.
I know. And look at, so I'm dealing with hibiscus already. You can't see it, but my shirt's getting stained with purple already because it spills everywhere. So you got to be careful with this. Doing 2.5 ounces. And what's the time right now?
It is 12:47. You have 13 minutes.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. Then what I'm gonna do is clean up, put this away because I don't want no more messes. Like it's a beautiful thing that I'm making. The only problem is just so messy. So it just makes a huge mess. Okay.
Yeah.
Next is adding some blood orange.
Yum.
Okay. I'm gonna drop it in there. I probably put it in carefully because I dropped it in too hard. It would have splattered at me. I have a blood orange concentrated liqueur. Blood orange concentrated liqueur.
Okay.
I'm gonna add a little bit of this to enhance that blood orange flavor because I need to offset the tartness of the hibiscus because this is extremely tart. There's no sugar in that liquor. It's just vodka and hibiscus, and it's very tart. And let me start this again real quick. And okay. Then what I need to do is I need to grab my cocktail spoon, which is called a bar spoon. I'm gonna stir this real quick for a little bit. I'm gonna add some ice. I want to have the drink very cold. Then one thing I'm also gonna do, I'm gonna have this glass very cold too. I'm gonna fill up with cold water. What's great with cocktails, so here's what you learn in restaurants. A good key to keeping food really good, and it's all about the experience. You serve hot food on hot plates. You serve cold food on cold plates. You serve cold cocktails on cold glasses. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what you got to keep, that kind of concept. So by doing this glass is already getting cold. I am chilling my glass. Now, if I would have thought in advance, but also my fridge is really full. What I've done sometimes, I put a glass in my fridge maybe like an hour before I know I'll make a drink. And that's what I would do. But I'm doing a quick shortcut. So here's how we're going to make this work. I'm stirring. This is not a drink that I need to get. It doesn't need to get shaken. I'm stirring it because if I was to shake it, if that hibiscus leaks out, it's going everywhere in my house, and and I'm gonna have to have all you come and help me clean up. And it's gonna be really messy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna empty out this now. My glass is cold. What I took some time to do last night, I made my own ice cubes out of. Okay, so I'm gonna use a blood orange tonic. So what I thought I would do different, I took one of the bottles of blood orange tonic, and I made ice out of it. So the reason why I did that, because if my cocktail was to dilute, it will dilute automatically. Instead of water affecting my drink, I will just have the tonic itself that's going to be in it.
Okay.
What dilutes it. So as you see, it's like a pinkish color. It's this. So I'm going to add this to my glass. Three. I'm going to do 3 of them.
Wow, okay.
So it's just pure tonic, pure blood orange tonic. That's all I'm doing. Okay. Perfect. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a double strainer. And let me just check my stew real quick again, because we're getting close to the end. I don't want it to burn. Now, a good tip too. I have a lot of stainless steel stuff. The handle is stainless steel. Always grab it with a towel. If you don't, you will burn your hand. So always make sure you grab it with a mitt or something. Just always do that, okay? When you're dealing with stainless steel, even the handles, always be careful. People burn themselves really easily with stainless steel, but it cooks better than anything else. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me wash my hands real quick.
Do you have a favorite drink that you like to make? Someone's asking.
Palomas, or just bourbon neat, or tequila neat, or mezcal neat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very simple. Okay, double strainer, and I'm just gonna pour it in there.
Oh, look at that color.
Actually, hold on. I'm gonna give you guys I'm gonna give you a look right here. You can see this now. Perfect. If you haven't had a chance already, please try to go to grubmatch.tv and vote for the most recent Grub Match competition. I was in it myself with my good friend JDP. Secret ingredient was peppers. We had an amazing time, and we both had fun doing it. There was dancing. JDP was singing. There was cooking. We had some amazing time. So the reason I use a double strainer, this holds back the pulp that I don't want in there. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the reason I do a double strainer. This holds back the ice. This holds back the pulp. Okay. Then next is getting my tonic. Okay, and slowly pour, because I don't want it to fizz up too much. It lifts the ice up too. Okay, perfect. I'm going to use the back end of the spoon to make sure everything gets mixed really well. If I put the other part of the spoon, it might have popped out the ice. Okay.
Yeah.
Then do a little more. Let the bubbles settle. Okay, perfect. One bottle, perfectly done. While you're staring at that, guess what I'm doing? Stirring. And how much time are we at?
You have about 7 minutes.
Okay, cool. We're gonna run like 5 minutes over, but that's gonna be okay. So here's the thing. Now, dehydrated blood orange. And I'm gonna just put this right there. And there goes your garnish.
Gorgeous.
And that is the drink right there. I'm gonna clean up real quick. So I need to get my situation cleaned up, ready, so I can start plating in a little bit. But what do you guys think of this?
Everybody's saying the color is gorgeous, and it is.
Yeah. So it's called a Hibiscus Hex. Hibiscus Hex is what I'm calling that dish.
And guys, you can get this recipe on FoodTokTV.com and all of the creators' recipes.
Yes. Even the recipes from the from my grub match that I did this past Saturday, those recipes are on there from the ones I did. Now, other creators' recipes might be on there too. I can't confirm that. I'll let Taylor answer that, but I know that my recipes are. Then you can also watch it on YouTube.
Correct.
Okay, timer is going off for the rice in 30 minutes. Oh, sorry, 30 minutes, 30 seconds roughly. my dish. Let's look at this. Let's look at the chicken dish. Look at that. Can you see it? You see this deep rich color?
Gorgeous. Melissa says she needs a straw.
She needs a straw.
Yeah, for the drink.
I can do that for you. I have straws. But yeah, so this
Somebody
dish,
wants to know if the drink is sour tasting.
it is not necessarily sour, but I'll taste it right now. The tonic has sweetness. So I offset it with the sweetness of tonic, blood orange juice, and so that's kind of what I use to offset the sweetness. So it's a little, and then I also use the blood orange concentrated liqueur. So that alone set it off and help tame the tartness. Because if I just do the hibiscus by itself, it's extremely tart. So, but here, let's taste a little bit. If you don't mind, I'm gonna taste a little bit. Now the ice cube is floating. So definitely there's a sweetness to it. There's acidity from the citrus. There is tartness, but not extreme tart. It's a well balanced sweet and tart. So if you're a fan of sweet and tart together, this is that beverage. Now, if you want it more sweeter, you can make a simple syrup and just add a little simple syrup. Simple syrup's easy to make. Pretty much 2 parts sugar, 1 part water. Bring it up to boil. Let it reduce for 20 to 30 minutes. You got a syrup. And if you want to go crazy, you can add a blood orange wedge to that simple syrup, and you have a blood orange simple syrup.
Perfect.
That helps. Okay, so what I am going to do right now, I'm going to work on taking things out of this dish that I don't need no more, which is my garnishes. I'm going to take that out. Because I was moving it so vigorously, it did break apart. Well, at least one stem did, but the other stems are still here. So I'll show you why we do the bouquet garnet. Now it's so easy to pull that out.
Oh, yeah. So instead of having all that out of there.
Instead of having to do each stem. And then now I do have a bay leaf in here. That one I need to go hunting for a little bit. So that shouldn't be too hard to find. But if not, I'll find it later. But let's see if I can find it. And what's the time frame where we're at?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, cool. I think I can start plating up. Okay. Let me grab my towels. So with plating up in the restaurant business, what you always see, or maybe what you don't see, is kitchens are messy, plates get messy. You use towels to clean up your mess. Okay. So what I'm going to do is bring my rice. I'm going to fluff it first. Actually, I'm going to show you how it looks real quick. I always forget that I wear my neck and my neck holder. You'll be able to see exactly what I do. Okay. So here
Guys,
is
let's see if we can get to 25,000 likes. We're almost there. We've got 1,500 to go.
Okay, perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can get to 30. Come on, we get 30, right? So
All right. It's Halloween. Let's go.
So this is the forbidden black rice.
Look at the color of that rice. Oh my goodness.
Yep. Now, just like everything, what do you think I need to do before I plate? What do I need to do before I plate it up? Does anyone have an idea? Taste. Tastes great. Okay.
That's right.
So now,
tap, tap, tap.
okay. Now it's time to start plating. So when you plate, use height to your advantage. You're always going to hear me say that. Use height to your advantage. So I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to put it in the middle. And trying to keep it together as much as I can. And if it might separate a little bit, like when I say separate, some grains might go separately. Try to push it all together. Okay. Now you can add as much as you want. This is for plating presentation. Now when I'm home by myself or my family, I don't do this. I'm like slopping it on and like, here, you get what you get. So
I'm the same way though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing for camera.
Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna work on putting the dish in. Okay, I'm gonna take it over here. And turn off my timer. It's about to go off. Perfect.
Yes,
Coco
guys, make
Vaughn.
sure we go vote at grubmatchtv.com.
Okay. Now, this is bone-in chicken thighs. You can do boneless chicken thighs. You can do any type of chicken. You can do drumsticks. I would recommend not doing chicken breast. This chicken breast won't handle this long braising. You need something that can handle long braising, which is chicken thighs and like drumsticks, the dark meat. In the traditional way, this is traditionally cooked with rooster. Traditionally, the translation for coq au vin is rooster and wine. So what I'm gonna do, put it on one side. Keep in mind, this is a lot different dish than I normally cook. Normally I cook really bright, colorful dishes, and this is that dark, sinister look. So it's meant to be this way. It's cooked in red wine. So that's how it's supposed to be. And I thought it'd be fun to play off of that whole red wine and whole Halloween thing. So what I'm gonna do, well, first of all, I found my bay leaf. Perfect. Put that in my trash bowl. I'm going to work on getting the vegetables and the aromatics and scooping that into here. I'll put it on one side. And I'm just trying to scoop it out. You could serve this in a bowl. Traditionally, this is served as mashed potatoes, but I figured that the forbidden black rice would play really well with the theme of Halloween.
Absolutely.
And we'll carefully just trying to place everything where it needs to be. Okay, next is, you're probably saying, what is the ant shavings that he was talking about? Let me show you. So right here, this is a sinister stew. Well, we'll actually say both of this is a sinister stew, which is the chicken coq au vin. This is the cursed midnight rice, which is black forbidden rice. And then the dish that everyone was, or the thing that people were probably like, what is ant shavings? Let me show you what ant shavings are. Let me clean up the plate real quick.
Anybody have any idea what you think the ant shavings might actually be?
Let me know what you think the ant shavings are. So I was talking to some people on my live last night. I did a late night, and one person actually guessed it. What does anyone think the ant shavings are? Look in mind, I have a sinister stew, cursed midnight rice, and ant shavings. So once again,
Yes, but nope, it's not truffles. But that was a good guess, Kobe.
this is cursed. This is the sinister stew, cursed midnight rice, and that is the natural color of the rice. It is naturally that color, blackish purple.
Somebody got it.
Yep, Kobe's girl got it. It is fermented black garlic. So what
Melissa
I'm gonna do?
Hollywood got it too.
Oh, awesome, perfect. I didn't see that. So I'm gonna.
She said garlic, but she didn't say black garlic.
I'm gonna put it on the side, and it looks like little ants. Now I'm gonna flip the
It
camera
does. It really does.
to show you what it looks like. Give me one moment. So there you go. This is the sinister stew with cursed midnight rice and ant shavings.
Beautiful dish.
Which is, keep in mind, this is a dark dish. It's meant to be dark because of the type of theme that we're doing in Halloween. This is actually the translation to the actual name is coq au vin. This is coq au vin, chicken stewed in red wine. That is a natural dish. It's not a dish that's made for Halloween. It is just a natural dish. Then you have the forbidden black rice, which is a natural rice. That is a natural color of it. Depending when you came, the reason it's called forbidden black rice is due to the fact that the emperor over 2,000 years ago forbade anyone to have it except for the emperor himself and the family. And what the ant shavings are is pretty much fermented black garlic pieces. And then right here we have the hibiscus hex that we had in here. What's in there is my own vodka infused with hibiscus, ice cubes that were made out of a blood orange tonic. There's fresh blood orange in here. There's blood orange liqueur. There's a dehydrated blood orange wheel. So yeah, so that is it. So what time are we at? Oh, we're okay. I said, well, 5 minutes over. Perfect. We're pretty much there.
You did it perfect.
Okay, so I hope everyone had a great day. Hey, Kobe's girl. I hope everyone had a great time seeing here. I appreciate y'all being here. I see we're almost at 30K. Okay, now we're at 30K. Perfect.
Good job, guys.
I appreciate everyone being here. Oh, thank you, Susie, for my outfit. I did have a wig here. I had a wig on. but the problem I had to take it off is because the hair would fall out, and I didn't want hair in food. So hopefully everyone understood that. And I have my little skeleton guy right here. So perfect. So I appreciate everyone
Well
coming
done.
support today. I look awesome. Thank you, Forge. I'm going to show you the food one more time, then we will end the live. But I want to say, Trini, you want to give one more spiel about your show coming up next week?
So my show is Spoonful of Simple with myself, Trini. I will be stepping into Taylor's spot on Thursdays, starting November 7th. And I just take everyday pantry items and I turn them into great meals. So any level of cooking, they're easy to follow meals that everybody can cook, and I just take you through the process. And that's me summed up into, a sentence.
Okay, thank you, Trini. Chris, what do I keep missing? Chris, what do I keep missing? I'm sorry. I don't know what am I missing? Say hi from your main. Yeah, okay, you're right, Chris. Thank you. So everyone, thank you. If you're not following me, here's what I need you to do. I'm gonna say, "What up, homies?" That's usually my little thing. I always do. This is my account. If you're able to follow me, I would appreciate it.
Father Preneur goes live all the time on his own page, guys.
Yes.
He's always going live. He shows great tips and tricks.
So what up, homies is right there. I will be going live today, probably the next hour or two, just to clean up and do some stuff if anyone wants to hang out with me. But if you see the name, what up, if you see someone saying, what up, homies, that weird looking guy, that's me. Click on him, follow him, and that's me. I appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a great day, but let's end with this. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, I hope everyone has a great Halloween, and we'll end once again with what we cooked. Sinister stew with cursed midnight rice garnished with ant shavings, aka coq au vin, which is the chicken in the stew. Coq au vin means chicken cooked in a red wine. We have forbidden black rice. We have fermented black garlic. We have the Hibiscus Hex, which it's my own vodka infused hibiscus. It has ice cubes that were frozen with a blood orange tonic, has fresh blood orange juice, has blood orange liqueur, and a blood orange dehydrated wheel. So thank you all for joining, and I appreciate it. And Trini, I appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
Have an amazing day.
Bye, guys.
Have a spooktacular day.